Thank you so much for joining us on today. As above, so below. I actually this morning thought it was Friday, y'all, but it is definitely Jupiterian energy, my day of power. How could I forget? But I've been ready for the weekend since Monday. So thank you to each and every one of you guys as you're being notified that Chief Apostle Samuel Jr. is live. If this is your first time in my live, I am the apostle and pastor of Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated, and my beliefs are deeply rooted in the ATRs, also the African tradition. I do not teach my personal beliefs or my practice, but what do I teach? I teach universal laws because they apply and they're applicable to each and every one of us. I had to actually get ready on tonight, get the shower on. I want to say to each and every one of you guys, thank you so much for the love, for the support, for many of you guys that have been tuning in and being a part of our lives, from my Patreon to TikTok to Instagram to Twitter, any of my social media platforms, how you guys have been supporting and coming in and being a blessing to Chief Apostle Samuel Jr. I appreciate each and every one of you guys that you are continuously being a part of our lives. And first of all, I'd like to say salutations to my Madrina and to my Padrino and to my Oba and to all of my brothers and sisters in Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi, Congo, Palo, Mystic, and Ajay's. To each and every one of you guys all around the globe that are being notified that we are live. Thank you so much how you guys have chimed in, how you have hit that like button, how you guys have participated in all of the events that have been going on with Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated. What's up there, my baby Scorpio? I wish we could have heard yesterday live, but it kept skipping. But it is on there. I do have it on there. What's up, Mama Susan in the house? Gemini. And then there go my Karen O'Brien coming in here. Thank you so much, my Gemini, for being with us on tonight. Guys and girls, thank you so much. I want to also thank and acknowledge Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Aquarius, Cancer, Capricorn, Leo, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Libra, and Virgo. Hello to each and every one of you guys. As you are chiming in, this is my day of power. Mafedi Fun Oya Yanza, Mother of Nine. I want to talk to you guys about something that is very, very personal, and this is about universal laws, how they apply, how to utilize those in real magic and everyday events. I believe that no matter if you're Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, whether you're an Obia work, or whether you are a Mystic, Ajay. What's up, Darius, my Pisces in the house? It doesn't matter if you are in Kabbalah, whether you're a mystic, whether you're a shaman, whether you practice your solitary witch, or because I don't like the term witch, but we get it. And to sorcerers and sorceress all around this globe that believe that energy, frequency, and vibration are part of manifestation, and it is. I want to say hello to each and every one of you guys. That's what we're going to talk about on tonight, and hopefully that the adults that are listening on this broadcast will understand that I just didn't start yesterday. I've been doing magic since I was a child. I've had the pleasure and opportunity to work alongside and with and under very powerful and proficient people in the arts. And so therefore, I'm not coming from a perspective because I read books. I'm not coming from a perspective that I watch videos. I have lived this thing called conjure, and especially necromancy. I'm excited today, even the more on my day of power, because I want to say thank you to each and every one of you guys in the process of Mafedi Fum Ochosi, Mario LeVar Dawkins, to each and every one of you guys that participated in the assistance and the crowning and the mounting of Minister Mario to receive that crowning, as well as all the support that came along when it was my time to get crowned. I want to say to each and every one of you, small and great, thank you so much for believing in Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated. Why this is so important on today is because the purpose of Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated is to teach and share real magic, real spirituality. And God has blessed our platform to be able to talk about the black arts, to be able to talk about ancestral worship, veneration, real conjure, root work, mysticism, Kabbalah, utilizing Goetia, dealing with sigils. And so therefore it's an honor to be crowned Mafedi Fun Oya, and it's also to be a blessing that I am also going to be crowned at the end of this month. I talked to my Padrino. He's trying to do it March the 1st. So I will be crowned again, Mafedi Fun Babalu Aye, St. Lazarus to all of you, aka. I am excited because with this combination crown on my head, it is going to be a treat for a lot of you all that have been serving and have been working along with me. Padrino is also reversal against resources and my, hold on. There's. Oh, I just saw your first message. Okay, so great to see you. Good to see you. Well, I don't see you, but you know what I mean. Darius, let me write this down. 2 reversals against my resources. Hold on. And I gotta wait till it go up. Resources and my happiness. Okay, gotcha. Hold on. I'm gonna do this while I talk about this. What's up, Tree Rhonda Aries in the house? Now, there's a lot of things that have gone on, and a lot of times when we're learning about magic, a lot of times we're not learning it from the aspect of everyday life. A lot of times we're learning magic from people that are talking about their magical experiences on television. So I have real life experiences with my conjure, with my mysticism, and with my ability to operate in my gifts of the spirit, as well as being a natural born necromancer. And so being crowned also Mafedi Fun Babalu Aye. It is this is going to intensify my abilities to deal with the Egons, the ancestors, the Moretos. It is also my Padrino is setting me up where I will be receiving not only Babalu Aye with the ceremony, I will also be receiving Nana Baruku. I will also be receiving his sister. He wrote it all down, and then I will also be receiving another Eshu. So he's giving me 4 different orishas in this ceremony, and it's going to be heavy. It's a 3-day ceremony that I will be going through. What's up, Brother John? Brother Johnny, the father of our church. Let me say something. Brother Johnny, thank you. So I have some people out here. Let me tell y'all this, because I want to say this. People that are supporting me are not rich. Some people are even on fixed incomes. When I tell you, when God causes men to give into your bosom, good measure, pressed down, shaken together, you never know where the resources of God are going to come from. This is why I tell people, my grandma used to say, be careful how you treat people, because you don't never know who you're going to need. Because she said a child could have to give you a cold glass of water. A lot of you guys, a lot of times you trying to get certain people and certain, you never know who God going to use. I'm going to say, he used the widow and he used the widow's mite. And when I tell you God is showing up and showing out, we originally started off with $13,000. We are already down to $7,800 because after I checked my time. But Brother Johnny, thank you so much for standing up for Mafedi Fun, Oya, and to the what is going on in our church. And I want to say to each and every one of you, Sister Tree Rhonda, thank you for the initially starting this this off by giving the initial 3,000. And so I appreciate each and every one of you guys that assist us in this process. But I want to say this. It's all about commitment. It's all about dedication. It's all about commitment. I have my mindset is I am going to get these ceremonies done. I'm going to get because what I don't want to occur, because I have to talk about this tonight, because my subject is making up for the old and the new. I don't want what occurred with Minister Mario, because he needed to be crowned, and I was not crowned in Ocha. I was not crowned in Santeria or Lukumi. And so therefore, I went with him through the process. And in that process, a lot of stuff happened. And in that process, a lot of time was wasted where people that are in Ocha, and I'm going to say this, I don't have to call names, but I'm going to say this. If you cannot do something for somebody, then you need to let them know that it's not your capability. Or if you don't have something, because a lot of you guys don't know that in Santeria and Ocha and Lukumi and a lot of these arts, it has a lot to do with transferring of energy. And so therefore, whether you're in Palo, they have to transfer that energy from the pot or the Nganga into your pot and to you. And so whatever Moreto or spirit of the dead that is in that pot, you receive a certain amount of Ache or Ache from that particular spirit, and you will receive spirits from that particular house or lineage. So when people are trying to make money, I'm just going to call it what it is, and they see you in a situation, the difference what's going on with me, because I'm not sick. I was not Minister Mario. The only thing that he was going through was his health. Economically, he was fine. You know, he was fighting for his health. So this is why I teach you guys about doing and understanding real magic and how they think. I don't care how much you pray. I don't care how much you petition. spirit, whether that spirit is Orisha, Loa, and Kisi, ancestor, they have to speak to somebody. A lot of y'all think magic happens outside in the invisible world and no human is involved. If you walk in the Bible, every time God healed somebody, he sent them to a vessel that already had healing power. That's why when Saul was smote with blindness, he had to go to Ananias to receive his sight. Jesus had to go to John the Baptist to be baptized. All of this mindset that you're going to be doing all this conjure with the spirits of the dead and the spirits of the ancestors and the spirits of the Lukumi and the spirits of Ocha and the spirits of Congo, they still have to deal with people. Whether that's helping you in a courtroom case, touching the heart or the mind of the judge, whether this is talking about dealing with somebody in the classroom, whether it's a teacher, whether it's a superintendent, whether it don't matter. If it's a promotion on the job, that spirit has to deal with people. The same concept when we talk about the unjust judge. In order for you to get certain victories, people have to be dealt with. What's up there, my fatty phone? Yanza. What's up, Monique 444? Cancer in the house. Crab cake standing in. So going through that process and then realizing how many times I had to spend money over and over. Because Minister Mario, son of Achosi, should have been crowned quite early on in the process with my first Madrina. But they squandered a lot of my finances, taking us here, going there, doing this and doing all these other things. And I'm just spinning, getting us involved in stuff that had nothing to do with what we were actually there for. I want to say this again. I'm not here to waste your time. I'm not here to waste your money. I'm not here to waste your energy. I'm not here to waste your frequency. But there is an order to things. And a lot of times when you don't know spirituality like you're supposed to know before you get involved. What's up, Natasha Foster, my Aquarius from North Carolina? Chocolate. People, when they see you either in a dilemma or see you in a desperate situation, this is when people begin to take advantage. I don't care if you're not a Christian. Morality matters. Morality matters. Taking advantage of a woman knowing she got kids and responsibilities. Taking advantage of a man that's trying to get his family back or whatever with reconciliation spell. There's a lot of people that see that people are in dilemmas out here and they siege on that. And so therefore, when you are going into something that you don't really know and you don't understand, then how can you truly safeguard yourself when you don't even understand all of the processes that go about? So this is when I tell you guys, I make a big deal about Padrino Michael, my Padrino and my Oba and the Ile that I'm in now is because it matters about the morality of the individual. It matters how they care about the practice. It matters that they care about how they conduct their services and how they operate in their particular tradition. Because that's when you're going to get the most quality of work. So he's not just taking me through the process of being crowned Bablu Aye. He's also giving me 3 additional orishas because of the amount of work that I have to do. See, when people not jealous of you, when people not when people not envious of you and jealous of you and want to see you win, they know what task that is before me. Then they're going to put you in the best position. So in the process of me going through this, I told him, I said, well, I realized through my Ita that Bablu Aye was my father, but I told him, I said, I wanted to receive this other Orisha because I wanted this Orisha to help me with my necromancy. Come on here, somebody. Because I'm in a war and I'm trying to make sure that I am quite equipped to not only wage this war, but to win this war. So I'm sitting here, so I said, well, Padrino, do you have this particular Orisha? He said, Godson, I do have that Orisha. He said, but you got to first do your Ebo first. And then he said, after you do your Ebo, which is the ceremony I did that you guys were congratulating me about, awakening my Orishas and feeding the spirits and the Eguns, and Minister Mario's spirit got fed in that process as well. So I had to go through all of that. Mind you, still going through warfare, going through situations in the church, going through stuff with my family. A lot of you guys see people on social media and you don't realize all of the things, not only my clientele, not only situations going on with people, that some of you got, and I got a full-time job running a business and all of that, and still going through my grieving processes. People walking off, people pulling stunts, people trying to snatch the rug on, people deliberately not doing all of that. Staying focused. This is why I tell many of you guys about being headstrong and being focused and fully persuaded before you start this journey, because there are so many things out here that can distract you and get you off of the yellow brick road. So I'm sitting there. So he tells me, he said, listen, Godson, he said, listen, you need to start here. Do your elbow. Get your elbow done, and then you need to receive your father, Bablu Aye. He began to explain to me. He said, this is what I'm going to do for you. I want y'all to understand something. When people got it for you, and I often say this to many of you guys, I do stuff you don't pay me for. I intervene in certain things that because some of y'all think that you pay for all of the benefits that you get, and you don't. Because there are certain things that you don't realize that I have to do, because sometimes you're not economically where you need to be. And so in order for that, what you're asking me to do to work, I do extra stuff to make sure it works, even though I know that sometimes, and I only do that for those that support me. Let me say that, be clear. If you've been riding with me and you've been investing in me and you've been there, I have no problem. If in order for you to get your manifestation, to step up and do other things that you may not pay for. And so this is, as you come in, guys, make sure you hit that like button. So these are the things that I want you to understand. And this type of arche that I have given out is coming back for me. Now Padrino Michael is setting me up in a position not only to be able to crown, I'm already in a position to crown, but then I'm going to be crowned Bablu Aye. This is going to empower me in ways. And let me explain to y'all what this is. Minister Mario was crowned son of Ochosi. His orishas were very strong, and because certain people did not keep their word, I ended up getting crowned 3 months later. At that time, 3 months later, Minister Mario had already passed. And so in order to restore balance to apostolic, because Minister Mario, son of Ochosi, would have been a pillar in the church of apostolic, and then I would be the second pillar, and then we were going to crown another young lady right behind that. So we would have had we would have had 3 pillars. And those that know the Bible say a 3 cord is not easily broken. But when these people fail to assume, how many genders are there? Thank you so much, Duet. If you're going to come and ask me those type of questions, you have to come in with your government name and your face. I don't want to answer those type of questions for somebody that's hiding and not being honest about who they are. Because my platform is my government name. Okay? I ain't got nothing to hide. So if you want me to answer that question, which I have no problem, but make sure that you come in. Again, go create another account, put your real name on it, your real face, and then come back in. And then ask that same question. And I will gladly answer it for you. So, hola. So, we ended up losing Mr. Mario physically. All his abilities, skill, resources, everything happened. So now God has to restore apostolic. And so now my situation is, now I have to receive more orisha than I had what was originally intended. So now I have to be equipped in a way so I can maintain apostolic until I have other people that are qualified to come in and I can crown them that really got it for apostolic. Those that I can initiate in the 21 division, those that I can initiate in Haitian Voodoo, those that I can take them through the series of ceremonies, through Obia work, or whatever it is that you may practice, because I'm skilled in a lot of different areas. So my thing to many of you guys, when you were out here sending your cash apps, you are out here supporting Apostle Ely, you did not know the type of storm that I was in. When I tell you I was manifesting like crazy, I was working my behind off. And at that particular time, especially when I got crowned, I had just lost Minister Mario. And then they turned around and said, I couldn't come up with the money. Let me tell y'all something about Apostle Ely. I'm a Sagittarius. My moon is in Aries. My rising. I do not trust people. I got a lot of Scorpio in my chart. And for something that my life was on the line, and that a lot of you all, especially my members, not all of my members, but there were members of my church did not do anything. Was literally sitting there. See, it's one thing for y'all to have certain people against you, but when you have been good to people and you have been a pastor that's they don't take care of, I work, I do all this stuff. I'm watching God, and I got to hold my peace, because at the end of the day, I have bigger fish to fry. See, a lot of times when you're going through situation and circumstance, what I mean by making up for the old and the new, sometimes you're going through certain things. You don't have time to stop and address certain things. It doesn't mean you don't see them. It doesn't mean that you don't know, you're aware of them. But there were certain things that I had to I could not focus on. I saw it, I looked at it, I took a mental note, and I kept it pushing, because I had a bigger fish to fry. And me being crowned was the agenda. Only thing, and I tell people this even in my text messages, only thing on my mind right now is getting in position. If you're not trying to help me get in position, because I had some situation, people calling me, now that Babalu Aye, once I receive it's going to strengthen my healing powers. It's going to strengthen my ability to give wealth. It's going to strengthen my ability also to bring sickness and disease, because that comes along with my gift too. But it's also going to strengthen my ability to work with the Moreto. My mediumship, my Nicodoman, all of that, they're coming in strong. So when I tell you guys that when it comes down to setting priority, thank you, Sister Monique, for posting my cash app. When it comes down to setting priority, making sure that spiritual things are first. And like I tell you, I'm not telling y'all how to live y'all life. I'm not telling you what to do with your life. But when I tell you that my spirituality comes first, and that I'd rather be prepared this time around and not having to trust other people to do certain things for members in my church, because if I had already been crowned and already been in position, then I wouldn't have had to deal with that. Hold on. Oh, okay. Those are trolls. But we thank God for the trolls, because as long as they help my algorithm, I don't care. Now, and so my sons, my eldest son, I had to have my certain blade and stuff like that, because when I brought this out, guys, my Fedifun Oya, because I have my Orisha. Oya is at the church. I took Oya to the church because I have Ochosi at the church, and I have Oya at the church. And because Oya is my crown, I want her to be in the church, and I want her Ache to be able to protect the apostolic. So I have that. So I have to take this blade also to the church. I got everything else, and I forgot this, so I got to take that to the church as well. Our church is going to have all the Orishas in there, well, the Orishas that I have. And so it's about energy transfer. But let me tell y'all something. You might find yourself in what the Bible calls manifold trials. Mafedifun Oshun. And stopping to deal with smaller fish is not wise. Stopping to deal with the small pettiness of people is not wise. A lot of times in life, as a leader, whether a leader in Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, you have to teach your people how to walk in their magic, but utilize wisdom of what to address in a timely manner. Because you will have the opportunity, certain man, if you obey the spirits that are in your life, you will have the opportunity to make up for the old and the new. You will have an opportunity to come back around and address the ones that you could not address at that particular time. Because guess what? People reap what they sow. Whether you in Ifa, Voodoo, or they say what goes around comes around. There are people that I knew that had the money. There were people that could have assisted. Then God used people on the outside. Hold on, y'all. So God was using people on the outside that had never physically met me. When I tell you he got sheep not of this fold, when you're talking about is what conjure is about, what spirituality is about, why we practice the black arts, why we practice with the Orishas or the Loas and the Nkisi. It is so very, very important that when you claim to be spiritual, whether you believe in prayers, whether you believe in affirmations, whether you believe in lighting candles, or you believe in lighting incense, or you believe in gree bags or juju or conditioning oils, whatever. At the end of the day, it is a relationship. It is obedience. It is following instruction. And especially, guys, if you're going to be a part of a tribe, a coven, or a church, or any as a group, you got to understand what you do or don't do affect everybody. When you are a type of individual that is about you, what's up, Shamari, my cancer from Chi-Town? When you are individual, you should not be a part of an elay. You should not be a part. When you are that selfish, when you are that, you should not be coming to the group. You should not be coming to the coven. You should not be coming, because if you don't care what happens to the individuals that are a part of it, then you don't need to be a part of it. Because you're going to put us in danger. You're going to put them in danger. Even though I am not in the area, I don't live in Tampa, I know that if my elay comes up on attack, I'm going to defend it. Padrino Michael does not have to ask me. He does not have to beg me. Because I know that some of my help comes from my elay. I also, if something happens to 34th Court, and certain people in my family, I am going to go to war, because that's where some of my help. Some of y'all ain't got enough wisdom. You don't let nobody cut down bridges where you get help from. You don't let nobody. Apostle, I got me a 401k account. I feel so grown. All right there, baby. My baby Scorpio got her a 401k. I know that's right, baby. I've been putting it in their mind for years. That's why they don't realize that. I'm gonna tell you in a minute. So I was in a situation, so I said, okay, these people doing all of this. I'm watching. I'm grieving. So I'm talking to Mother Susan. One thing, when Minister Mario was living, I used to tell him what I see. So now I don't have him. I tell Mother Susan a lot of times what I see. Between Mother Susan and Tree Rhonda, I tell them what I see about people, places, and things. They know stuff that I tell them stuff before it even happens. So, and I used to do that with Minister Mario, because he used to sit there and watch what I spoke to him or certain thing. And so, because I always want to witness, because you got a lot of people out here claiming to be spiritual, and they always want to tell you what they see after stuff done happened. So I'm not that type of person. I get visions, I get dreams, or I get insight, or spirit speak to me, and I share it, so I have confirmation from somebody that I said that before that ever took place. And so that's just how I get down. And so when I was looking around and I was looking at individuals, and I was saying, okay, this is what you're doing. This is how you doing it. Okay. I had already told everybody in the church we were in warfare. I had already told basically everybody in the church that my back was up against the wall. But let me tell y'all something. When I tell you, if God be for you, who can be against you? When I tell you the Aguns, when I tell you the ancestors, when I tell you the celestial order, when I tell you the seraphims, the cherubims, the thrones and the dominion, when I tell you that God was moving inside and out, I end up coming up with the money, not only for my crowning, but this stuff start happening out of the blue. Padrino said the spirits want this, the spirits want that. That's what I be trying to say. And I'm gonna tell you guys, we need like $7,800. I told him, I said, originally I told him like 8 people give $1,000. But let me tell you this. So I'm looking around. So this is what I was telling the people around me. To all of you guys that think I'm out here ciphering money, because I don't know where y'all get this from. I'm gonna come up with a $13,000 regardless. Because I can give $1,000 a week. 52 weeks. 52 weeks. I make almost $2,000 a week. I could have give that. But with the help of the saints, now Minister Mario was here, I could have already got that ceremony done. First of all, I would have got my ceremony done last year. See, a lot of y'all don't understand when you don't do your part and you are not obedient to what the Egun or spirit speaks to you, you hinder other people's blessing. So therefore, you reap what you sow. A lot of you guys, you don't obey spirit. You don't blame Egun the first time. The spirit got to keep coming back to you. And all of a sudden, when it comes down to what you got going on, you want everybody involved in your situation to move expeditiously. You reap the type of since you held back, now spirit is holding things back from you. Let me tell you something. I always tell people, if God speak to you about doing something, go ahead and do it. Don't hesitate. Brittany calls me a witch, baby. I'd rather you call me a bitch than to call me a witch. That being a witch is so beneath my capabilities and my anointing. It's so. I might as well. If you call me a witch, it's like almost saying I'm on welfare. Baby, don't call me no witch. Don't call me no witch. That's economically insulting. Spiritually insulting. A witch cannot do the ability to do what I do. Okay, just to let you know. So, and I'm sitting here trying to teach many of you guys when it comes down to real conjure, real mysticism. This is why you need to know your craft. You need to know your capabilities. You need to know your measure of faith. You need to know who's on board with you. Who's your 20%? Who's your 30%? Who's your 40%? Who's your 100? Who's your 1,000? Who's your ride or die? Not who's saying they're your ride or die, because let me tell y'all something. When the rubber meets the road, a lot of people get going. And when responsibility comes along, fake African. Big Dog Red. Big Dog Red came and called me a fake African. Now, when I put the African nuts in your mama's mouth and skied it off in your daddy's throat, he didn't think I was a fake African. She didn't think I was a fake African. You messing with me on my day of power, no wisdom. So these are the things that I tell many of you guys about why obedience is so important, because you don't want to hinder the flow in your life. Because when somebody is praying, I don't care. I don't care if you are in the grocery store. I don't care if you at the car wash or the laundromat. I don't care if you're at school. A lot of times, a lot of us situations and circumstances are going on in spirituality, and you don't obey the first time you hear that voice. And so therefore, you may hinder somebody from missing out on something or going through something a lot longer than the spirit actually intended for them to go. We are all connected. Whether you want to believe this or not, when it comes down to Ocha, Ifa, Obia, Conjure, we are part of each other's manifestation. You can pray all you want, but God got to speak to somebody. Male, female, gay, straight, or bi, rich or poor. If you in the jailhouse, God got to speak. If you are praying prayers in the jailhouse, God got to speak somebody in the jailhouse, whether they work in the jailhouse or they're in jail. Even when Joseph was in jail, he was utilizing his gifts, setting other people free. You don't know where God is going to use you in your circumstance, in your situation. But what I will encourage you today, not tell you what to do, but I will encourage you that if Spirit is speaking to you, if Spirit has spoken to you, do not dilly-dally. Do not delay that process, because you may be hindering somebody. Somebody might be saying to God, I just need to know you're real. God, I need to know that I'm on the right path. A lot of times I came online and said to myself, you know what? I don't want to, I didn't feel like coming on. I will be attending a reading, and I wanted to ask if there was anything you should have said in the reading. So, I'm trying to be nice to these people. So as we learn about this conjure and the mysticism and what is going on here, it is so important to obey the first time. because you do not want the delay that's happening in your life to be the result of your non-action or your slothfulness about what you needed to do for somebody else. A lot of times things are not happening for you because you think God want to use you or divine want to use you for helping other people, and you were slothful about that business. So a lot of times you don't move when spirit speaks, and now all of a sudden, now that you're in a dilemma, now you want spirit to speak to somebody and you want them to obey. I teach this over and over and over, because magic still has to intertwine with man. Somebody has to be dealt with. If you are going through something and your child is at the college and your child say they hungry, and you say, God, I make a way out of no way, and one of the students come up and give their lunch to your child, that's how that works, because God got to use what's in the vicinity of your loved one. God, you might be in one location and your loved one be in another location, and you might be giving an offering to Eshu, you might be giving an offering to Yemiya, you might be giving an offering to Babalu Aye, you might be giving an offering to the guardians, but at the end of the day, that manifestation has to come through somebody. So even the time that I did not feel like coming online, and then when I came online, I would hear people say, oh my God, Apostle Ely, you are saying what I needed to hear. You are part of manifestation. I don't care if you're on the mountaintop. I don't care if you're in the valley low. I don't care if you're a Christian. I don't care if you are a Muslim. I don't care if you're an Obeah man or root man. Even the manifestation of the conjure, the necromancy, the graveyard work, it has to affect the individuals involved around your life. How God gonna bring something to pass when you isolated? This is why I tell people, you got to change your mindset that everybody's against you, because God will use your enemies to bless you. He will use your friends to set you up, and he will use your enemies to bless you. One thing I try to teach people, you don't tell the divine mother or father who to use on the field. Everybody, they said the spirit of man is the candle of the Lord. You never know who God gonna move your direction to give you that checkmate you need. The victory. Yes, you read Psalm 25, but who gonna give you the victory? It might be the lion or it might be the ant. You never know who God gonna pull up. But at the end of the day, long as the word be fulfilled, long as that which you have petitioned come to pass, I want people to practice magic and have an understanding of the connectivity of universal laws when it comes down to manifestation, and understanding that people are a part of your manifestation. Pray to the deities, pray to the gods all you want, but people have to be a part of that manifestation. They have to be. And I was thinking about today, hold on, reversal for Darius. Let me do this one real quick. Reversal for against his resources, and then a reversal for his happiness in Ogun. When you pray, then everything starts to line up based off of your faith-filled words. Whether you did an ebo, whether you did an offering, whether you got an incense burn, you have to line up. That's why it's important for you to believe believe in your heart before you speak. And on my day of change and dealing with Jupiterian energy, I try to give a lot of wisdom and insight, and give you things that are actually proven and have been tested. I'm not somebody out here, an amateur at this. Even though I am very young in Ocha, I am not very young when it comes down to real magic and spirituality and manifestation. That is something that I pride myself on, that I have learned from the best of these practices. And I have been blessed to have favor with people that are great at what they do. And I want y'all to understand, what's up there, Aaron? Cancer in the house. It is so important to stop thinking that when you pray, that God ain't for to touch somebody's heart or mind. Even the woman dealing with the unjust judge, she got her victory. The judge don't have to like you. All the judge got to do is obey. Your supervisor, your boss don't got to like you, ever. All they got to do is obey when God speaks to them. The king, When the situation was happening with Abram and Sarah, and the king was going to take Sarah, his Abraham's wife, because Abraham told the king that was his sister, which is about a half sister, but she still was his wife. So he told him that he was sister. And so God went to the king in a dream, and the king told God, he said, listen, I did what was the integrity of my heart. He told me that he said, I know what he told you, but I'm telling you, give him back his wife. See, there are people that God is speaking to. There are people that God are dealing with. But guess what? Everybody ain't going to be like the king. The king said, let me tell you something. If you don't give, some of y'all finna go through some things because you don't understand. When the Spirit spoke to you, it was not it wasn't a request. It was a command. God told that king, he said, if you don't give him back his wife, he said, I the Lord, gonna tear your kingdom down. Some of you right now going through not because somebody working witchcraft on you, not because somebody doing conjure. It's because you were spoken. You were commanded by God. The Bible said that the widow had purpose in her mind, in her heart, that she was going to make this cake, and her child was going to eat that cake and die. But God said, I commanded the widow to feed the prophet. She didn't even realize that it was that cake that she was making and had purpose for, that it had another purpose on it. And so therefore, when the man of God asked her what was she doing, he said, instead of making that cake for you, make it for me. Come on here. You got to be able to deposit in an energy and a frequency and a vibration that gonna bring your manifestation. And my certain man, people cannot manifest to you what energy they don't have. People cannot give you what they do not possess or they cannot obtain. So therefore, in order for me to receive what I need to receive, I got to go to my Padrino that has already got what the Arche. And so therefore, once I receive it and I receive the actual Orisha, then I can manifest on a whole nother level. We here to win. I want y'all to understand how magic works. Don't just light your candle. Don't just pray your prayer. Don't just light your incense. Be obedient. When God have commanded you to be on post, when God have commanded you to sing that song, when the Spirit, the ancestor told you, you need to be in Ocha, you need to be in voodoo, you need to be in that, and you need to be in a certain time. Baby, you don't need to diddle-daddle. You need to be about your father's business. Ain't that what Jesus at 12 years old told his mother? She said, where you been? I thought we lost you. He said, woman. He didn't say mama. He said, woman, I must be about my father. But some of y'all play around too much with your life. You swear to God, you tired of going through your financial situation, your priorities. And nobody, let me tell you something that's so beautiful about being grown. You don't have to prioritize correctly. You don't. You don't have to put first thing first. You don't. You don't have to go to levels of importance. Spirituality don't have to ever be number one. But there are consequences that when you are dealt with, when you are spoken to, and Spirit spoke to you, because that's something you know. And therefore, since God knows what he gave you, he knew he had gave her that cake, and he knew what she can give. Let me tell y'all something, and I don't care if it's me or anybody, Spirit would never, whether it's an Orisha, Loa, and Mpungo, whether it's an answer, whether it will never ask you for what you don't have. You might got a different plan for it, but Spirit would never ask you for what you don't have. So all these are lies. Just say you did what you want to do and take your ass whooping like a man or a woman. That's what you do. But not ain't what you're doing. You're trying to act like somebody. No, you as an individual got to understand how this works. When you are part of something, your Arche gets blessed by that. And so therefore, when the tribe needs you, when the coven needs you, when the Ile needs you, when the ancestors need you, when the Eguns need you, when the people that you've been calling on need you, now it's time for you to show up. Now you got excuses. Now you got excuses. Now you got reasons. But when you are in your dilemma, I use my Arche. So what happened is, when I was doing those ceremonies for Minister Mario, son of Achosi, I was Minister Mario because Minister Mario was already on borrowed time, because Minister Mario could have left here in his 30s. So he was living off of my life force energy. I was giving him a lot of my chi. I was giving him a lot of my life force energy to keep him because I was waiting to be crowned. See, a leader shouldn't have to tell you. A parent shouldn't have to tell you what all they're going through. But if they tell you they need your help and you know that it's not a parent that asks for help or comes to the platform and asks for, then something should hit an alarm. Say, wait a minute, it's something seriously going on. See, you don't understand the concept. When you get your healing from me, I got to give you healing because I can't give you what I don't have. So the reason why you feel better is because I gave you some of my help. See, when my Padrino crowned me, he gave me some of his arche. He gave me some of his health, his prosperity. He gave me a portion of Obatala because that's who he was crowned. So you get blessed by the Orishas. You get blessed by the Loa. So if I crown somebody, you get portions of my anointing. You get portions of my gift. You get portions of my arche. So that's why I ain't crowning people like that. Because everybody's not fit to get all this right here. And especially if you don't respect the anointing in my life. Huh? Elisha didn't just walk out and say, oh, I want the anointing of Elijah. And matter of fact, I want a double portion. He followed and he served. And not the way he wanted to. He served the way that the man of God wanted him to. Thank you for hitting that like button, y'all. Thank you, Natasha, for stepping up for me. Let me tell y'all something. So, I was giving, and so what I did was I told the congregation, I said, listen, I said, I need those that are willing. I said, I'm going to do this work. And I told everybody, I said, everybody else, I'm telling you straight up, I need to get this money. I never told them in depth why I needed to get the money. I just told them I need to get this money. I said, and whosoever will, if you are willing, I said, this first batch of money that's going to come through, I need that money so I can get crowned. Ache. Malik is the Hebrew word for king. So, they came up, and all of a sudden, I don't know, God started moving. Lawsuits, I told her, if you got a lawsuit, you got pending money, any of that, those are the ones I want to work. So I work with Ogun to get it done. Okay? So things started manifesting. And so money started coming available, and certain people got the money, and they went a total different way. And then what happened? I came to the platform, Mother Susan, Minister Mario, something, and I came to the platform and I asked anybody that would help with the crowning. And you guys start giving out of the woolworks. And they were shocked. I was shocked because I don't like ask. I was like, I felt betrayed, but I had to focus because I had to get crowned. And so Mother Susan was there after I got I told Mario, I said, listen. I said, I think it was Wednesday. No, it was Tuesday is when I told him I had ran out of time. So it had to be Monday. I was telling him I was running out of time. So I said, that Tuesday, I said, Mario, I said, they just spoke to me and told me I was out of time. That Wednesday, Minister Mario passed. All because people that spirit dealt with, helped, intervene in their behalf, they went another way. And you think that you're going to get away with that disobedience. Whether you family or not. Whether you've been here 2 hours, 2 days, 2 seconds, or 20 years. There is important that if you become a part of a ceremony, that you do your part, that you agreed to. You the one, let me tell y'all something. All of y'all that, especially black people, you cannot get out here in these spiritual streets and be saying stuff out your mouth and thinking spirit don't hear what you just said. Words have energy. Words have frequency. They have vibration. What makes you think the words that you utter that the spirit don't know? So you think the spirit asking you, you the one said that you are committed. You're the one said you're in this for the long haul. You're the one said that you ride or die. Nobody commanded you. Nobody made you do anything. You came up under that. And now that you are being held accountable, all of a sudden now you feel like you're being attacked. Because you feel like you should be able to do what you want to do up under these coverings, and you can't. I don't even do what I want to do. So I ended up getting crowned 3 months later. 3 months later, Minister Mario had been already passed. We have already taken a loss. It's basically what was happening at that particular time, y'all, is that it's like a plane losing a whole engine. And I was the pilot on that plane. And I had to not only pull myself together, I had passengers on this plane. And we had lost a whole engine. And there was a storm going on. And I had to land that plane. And I had people on that plane that was trying to revolt against me while I was going through all of that. They were trying to undermine me while I was going on. And there are people, when they feel that Minister Mario had gone, they felt like my ministry was going to collapse. They felt like my ministry was going to shut down, that I was done. Because they know that other people weren't helping me. Other people I shared personal information, personal business with them about what was going on. Let me tell y'all something. I don't need to share no information. If you're not going to help me, you don't need to know. That's how I think. There's no reason. If somebody's not there to help you and support you, they don't need to know you hungry. They don't need to know you don't have anything in the refrigerator. They don't need to know your husband mistreating you, your wife mistreating you, because they're not there to help. Your business ain't their business. Because they're not there to assist you or resolve an issue. If I didn't think that you were there to help and assist in the matter, I would have never discussed that with you. Because you don't need to know that. I would have asked God to help me. And so when you guys came and you started helping, and you guys have been standing in, as they say, all 10 toes down deep with Apostle Elam. Not only did I get crowned, I ended up receiving Ayao, the sister of Oya. Not only now, I have had many of you guys that are sitting there. What's up, Linda Green, my Scorpio from Georgia? Georgia. And so they're watching God move right in their face. They're watching people believe more in me than they know that I'm real, but they felt that I was in a situation. I had lost Minister Mario, your right-hand man. Now your back is up against the wall. Now you in warfare. And now these people not standing up for you. And so now we got you. We finna watch you fall in front of your enemies. We finna watch apostolic go down. And all they've been watching, because they were expecting that. But they have been watching. They have been watching God move over and over again. Not only that, y'all, one of my property was in Fort. I told y'all, the lawyer, all that, God moving, right? So I'm fighting foreclosure with my other property. I'm still trying to maintain a house, a church, a business. All this by myself. And still, then Minister Mario's property and what he had, all of that fell on me plus his daughter. I'm trying to hold all this up and still grieving, still trying to make sense of all this stuff going to happen. And I got people that I have been there for them pretty much for 20 years. In and out, doing for them and their family. Sitting there watching and waiting on me to fall. That's the thing in my mind. I'm a Sagittarius. You have the nerve to be sitting here waiting on me. Good as I done been, no matter what other people think about me on the outside, I know what I have been to you. And you gonna sit back and hold your purse? And when I tell you the Lord spoke, and then when I looked up at my Cash App, when I looked up at my paper, when I tell you the money came through, we done went from my ceremony with Babalu Aye, even now, we went from 13,000 to all, and that was 4 days ago. 4 days ago. 4 days ago. Till we already at 7,800. If God be for you. I want y'all to know I was going through all of that and still going through some of it. But I weathered that storm. I came on here. I preached. I taught. I did what God told me to do no matter I felt like it. There was times I had just started crying. I just started crying. Yesterday, that's all I did. When I went to go pick up my voodoo doll from my Padrino and my staff, that 3-hour ride, most of that I was crying. A lot of times I be dealing with so much. And keeping it together and then coming on here and being an encouragement and believing God and watching God move. I'm an Aries and you don't have to stand for any creator. I hope you find the proper way, my God. Aries, kiss my ass. And I'm talking about before I wipe it. Praise God. Anyway, so it is important, guys, that when you are out here, I ain't dealing with nothing compared. But when I'm telling you, members, there are people in my church that didn't even come to Minister Mario's funeral. And after we had the funeral that Saturday, they didn't even show up to church. I was dealing with all of that. I'm like talking about a slap in the face. A slap in the face. And now all of a sudden oh, Apostle, I love you so much. Didn't even show up. But God. He had a beautiful home going. And guess what? That's why I tell all if you can do that to Minister Mario, son of Ochosi, I know what you think about me, because now my life is on the line. Now all of a sudden you find it in your heart, you doing everything but supporting. And it's so good, because God gonna still make a way for me, as so she and him already have. And so therefore Apostle Ely is getting in position. And so therefore what I say to one, I say to all, I am going to make up for the old and the new. Those that have sacrificed with me, rolled with me, and made sure that Apostle Ely is good, I am going to turn around and reward you with the blessing just like God has given me. And to all of you that sat there and was waiting on me to fall and close up, I'm going to sit back. While I go up, I'm going to watch your ass go down. And the higher I go up, the lower you going to go, and you're never going to rise again. So go to your other spiritualists and go to your other conjurer, and I'm going to fuck them up as well as you. And I want to congratulate you how you sat there and purposely, after I have been good to you and your family, to sit there and watch, waiting on my church door to close, when that church has been there for you and yours, okay? But that's what they do. That's what they do. But that ain't what God do. That's what I mean by the old and the new. Don't sit there. If you are in a situation and you got bigger fish to fry, do not stop for the minnows. It don't mean that you can't come back around and deal with that later, but that is not the time to deal with that. Have some wisdom, have some understanding, and get in position. And that's the only thing on my mind right now is getting in position. Getting this money up, I will work. I told him, I said, I'll take 1,000. I said I would sacrifice my house. Oh, I don't care. Right. The only thing on my mind right now, guys, is getting in position. Because I already know what God going to do. I already know what the divine going to do. And if I take care of God's business, he going to take care of my business. See, divine ain't first in your life. So therefore, what I'm talking about means nothing to you. But the moment if divine ever become first in your life, you're going to see that if you take care of that, they're going to take care of you. And I don't mind being a living sacrifice. And so miracles are going to be on a whole nother level. And to all of you that got your talisman, your Mafedifun Oshun, and your Mafedifun Ogun, and your Obatala, and your I also have Iligwa, Mafedifun Iligwa, and then I have Mafedifun Oya. I think I got 5 of them. And Shango, Mafedifun Shango. I had those talismans. And so thank you for your support. But I want you to know what you were supporting me through. I want you to know that every time I came on this live during those times that what was going on. And I flew that plane in that storm. I landed that plane in that storm. I unloaded the passengers off of that plane in that storm. I saved and salvaged what I can salvage. And I say to many of you guys, if you're going to practice the ATR, make sure you be about your father and mother's business. If you're going to work with the Egun, truly work with the Egun. You better make sure that you are really rooted and grounded in the practices. Because when people wig out on you, when situations and circumstances happen to you, you got to be rooted and grounded and be able to stay focused and make sure that your eyes is on the prize. A lot of times we preach that stuff in these churches, especially melanated churches. But when it came down to these trials, I had to keep my eye on that pride. I couldn't look at who was running on side of me, who was trying to trip me up. I couldn't look at who had decided to try to throw water on me or try to throw bottles, try to trip me up. I had to keep running. I had to run my race. And let me tell y'all something. I ran it whether I had to cry. I ran it whether I was sick. I ran it where I didn't feel good. I ran it where I was disgusted. I ran it no matter what my mental state was or my emotional state. But when I tell you what happened, what I will tell you what happened. Huh? God went to moving. And all of a sudden, now they can see the daylight. Now they see that I am going to be victorious. Now they see that apostolic will not shut down. Now they see that God came up with all of that money. Just spent the $8,000 to awaken my Orisha. And now we coming up with the 13. And now we're not even at 13. Now we at 7,800. And I'll be crowned twice. See, you took the crown of Minister Mario. Yes, he in the spirit world, he's still wearing his crown, but he was supposed to be on this side. Because if I had got crowned in the timely manner that I was supposed to get crowned, then I would have been in a place to continue giving Arche and prolonging his life. See, a lot of times when you take something from somebody, now God got to double my anointing. Now he got to triple up my anointing because now I got to stand in the gap for another vessel that was supposed to be there. Because there was supposed to be 3 people that was supposed to get crowned back to back. So now he crowning me twice. See, when you thought you were hurting me, now you done put me in a more powerful position. Thank you. When you thought you were hurting me and hurting apostolic, you actually put me in a better position. You caused God to elevate my anointing. You caused God to elevate my eggons. You caused God to say, you know what? Now that you're just the only one standing, now we got to maximize your energy. Now we got to maximize your knowledge. Now we got to extend your territory until we find a worthy individual. Are you here? Are you hearing me? I know you didn't anticipate me being crowned twice. I didn't anticipate me being crowned twice. Matter of fact, I didn't even think about being crowned. But not only did I get crowned, my Fedi Fun Oya, now I'm going to be crowned twice. Oh, and you already know what's on my mind. Sucky. And then my Padrino turned around. He said, I'm going to give you 3 additional Orishas. I know you didn't think that this is what, and it's going to be happening this month. He said no later than the 1st of March, the 1st. He pushed everybody else's agenda for me to get crowned. That's when you got favor. You thought you had me, but God. Huh? Everything else was important in your life. Now, I want you to keep that same energy. I want you to keep that same level of priority. You had me down here. Don't try to elevate me now. Keep me right where you had me when I needed you. Huh? Keep me at the same level of priority that you had me. I should have been higher on your agenda list, but I wasn't. But God. Huh? Because where there's a will, there is a way. And so if you guys want to understand where I am with this Orisha and with the change in my life and the transformation, Keish, baby Scorpio, I did not come in here thinking that I would even be crowned. He said, no, you're going to be crowned by your mother and your father. All because you thought by getting rid of Minister Mario, you thought that if I get him out the way, I can get to apostle. My Fedi Fun Oya saying, that's what I call divination, baby. Yes, yeah. I said, and then they turned around. See, you didn't know this, but because of what y'all did or did not do, instead of me receiving a smaller Ogun, I ended up with a bigger Ogun. And see, because of what y'all did and did not do, Oya does not come in with Ochosi, but Ochosi wanted to be in my court. So not only did I receive what normally comes along with being crowned with Oya, I also received Ochosi as well with Minister Mario. Then Minister Mario's spirit said that I was supposed to also receive his Oshun. So not only do I have my Oshun, I also have the Oshun of Minister Mario. When God be for you. See, what you thought you were hindering and you cut that wing off it, all you did is turn that plane into a jet. I want to thank you. Transformation is real, y'all. Transformation, I'm going to say it again, is real, y'all. If you going to practice in this thing and you're going to follow that spirit, obey that spirit, because you can be a part of something great. If you invest in this and you be a part of it, and let me say this, I'm going to say this too. Can't nobody get used over here. And let me explain it to you very clearly. Anything you give, whether it's buying products, services over here, is called donation. Thank you so much. If anything that you can claim that at the end of the year, it's a donation. It's charity. See, with other people, when you get crowned, you can't file that on your taxes. But you support Apostle Ely, the pastor of the church, you can file that, because anything you give, it says donation on my website. It doesn't say charge. It says donation. So all these lies about you being used, all these lies about you throwed your money away, because nobody that left here they filed their taxes. And because they asked Minister Mario for a receipt. So whatever you gave towards apostolic, not only did you get manifestation, you also got your deduction. Don't play with me. I'm a businessman too. Don't play with me. All these lies. How can you lose helping Apostle Ely? How? It don't matter what the ceremony costs. You're gonna get a deduction because I don't charge. It's charity. If you get your readings, it's charity. So why lie on Apostle Ely? Why lie on me? Why lie and say I didn't? Because everything you do towards me, not only you're spiritually gonna get blessed, but you file that at the end of the year. Stop telling them damn lies on me. Now, if you ain't giving that much, it ain't gonna be much of a deduction. But if you giving the way some of y'all done gave, I'm legal. I am legal. So try. Thank you, Monique, for posting the website. So that's down to all of you that got your talisman for $300. All of you that donated last year. Those that helped me with this, what I'm got going on. There's no loss. And not only it's no loss, you're going to get blessed. So many, you're going to get blessed for helping a man of God. You're going to get blessed for helping a prophet. You're going to get blessed for helping an apostle. You're going to get blessed for a child of Oshun, a child of Oya, and a child of Babu Aye, a child of Centea. They wasn't real from the beginning. Exactly, Linda. But the point is, I want y'all to know what I was out here going through and dealing with while I was coming on this platform and giving you the word and telling you about the things that I was dealing with. Because let me tell you something, I don't need to throw them under the bus. I need them to watch God work. I need them to know they're dealing with a real McCoy. I want them to understand the next time you decide not to be a blessing to a real man of God, it's your loss. The next time you decide to not obey spirit and help somebody, the next time you decide to take the money and do something else with, there's consequences to that. Okay? Because that was commanded of you. That was not Apostle Ely. The Spirit sent you here for a reason. The Spirit set you up front and told you what to do, and you decided. And that's between you and Spirit. Don't make that a part of me. Because the Lord give it, and the Lord taketh away. And right now, I call my spirits back from Jamaica. I'm not going to guard and protect nothing. If you ain't going to be a part of this ministry and you ain't going to support apostolic, I call my spirits from Jamaica that's protecting property that don't belong to Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated. I pull my covering back off of your life because you are not supporting apostolic life. And I take my health and I take my well-being and my prosperity. The Lord give it and the Lord taketh away. My spirits will no longer be intervening in your behalf, in your favor, neither your children and grandchildren. It's consequences from walking away from the presence of Almighty God. And there's a scripture for that. He that dwelleth under the secret place of the Most High shall abide up under the shadows of the Almighty. I abide up under the shadow. I'm a Palato. Oh, I'm quite equipped. And I'm telling you, to all of you guys that stepped in, please don't think I'm going to forget you. And for all of y'all going to rock with Apostle Ely, I'm going to bring home the gold. All I'm trying to do is get there faster. Because I'm going to get there. Because remember, To all of you liars, I am a six-figure man. I'm not rich. My family is. But I make over 100,000. And it's 52 weeks in a year. And I don't need but 13 of them weeks to come up with that money. And because some of you guys have already stepped up, I'm going to come up with it faster. And I got my vacation check, and that money, my vacation check going towards everything extra I get is going towards my crowning. Oh, I'm getting in position. And when I get in position, you already know. So I want to personally thank you guys that believe in me, that have been a part of Apostolic, that supported Minister Mario, son of Achosi. To all of you that just come on here and pour out love. And I told y'all a lot of times you didn't know why I was saying it, but I told y'all make me feel so much better, because to be so appreciative from people and just it's so distasteful. It brought me to tears. I couldn't believe it. How dare you? Oh, I'm going to be rich. That I will be. That been said to me ever since I was a child, that I'll be a very wealthy man. But I have gone through a lot. Key said I sent for a financial reading. Oh, he going down. Mario going down. He going down. And I'm going to still give Minister Mario his grade plot. Sister Calvina, I see you. She sent hers. Okay, hold on. So I got, hold on. Keish for financial reading. And then we got Mafedifun Oshun for a dream reading. Okay. Make sure. I didn't have to do any of this stuff. Mario took care of all of this. Keish Financial. Thank you so much, Sister Calvina, for your offering towards my ceremony. See, I have, and I tell people that I have Scorpio in my chart, but betrayal is a part of it. How much do we need? Minister Mario's plot is probably going to be $1,000, if I'm not mistaken. Because I have to call the funeral home lady, and but I'm assuming it's going to be $1,000. If it's less, I'll let you know. But I'm gonna call her and get that done. But I got my vacations coming up, and I was gonna take my check and do that. But if you guys want to contribute towards that, I definitely. I have absolutely no problem. He served to the day he left here. So and he's still serving. So I will forever, no matter when we get a new building, he is going to be the first Orisha of Apostolic, because he was. He got crowned before I did. I am the second Orisha of Apostolic. So this is where we at. And so love say I got you. Thank you, baby. I appreciate that. Like when I tell you guys that I know that this money is going to come up really quickly, actually quicker than we came up with the 8,000, because people are seeing the manifestation of the anointing on my life, and this is what I mean about when it comes to conjure and spirituality. And I say these things so you would know realistically what it's costing out here, and you got to tell yourself, can I afford that? You can't just say you're going to school and not count up the cost. You can't just say that you're gonna build a house and you don't know what it costs to build that particular type of house. That don't make no sense. So it don't matter what you practice, stuff need to make sense. And if it's too costly, then you can't go that far in it. It's what it is. And what I do costs, and I'm way out there in this spiritual stuff. And I ain't just got like that. I've been out there. All right, Keish, my Scorpio. Shamar said, I want a picture. Yeah, anybody. All you got to do is put Minister Mario grade plot and just let me know. And I don't mind. Y'all show so much love. And Mother Susan and Minister Mario, the one kept telling me, go to your flock, go to your tribe. They'll help you. The people on that, they love you, Apostle. They'll help you. They'll do this, do that. And I'm like, no, I don't really want to bother nobody because I don't want nobody to think I'm trying to use them, blah, blah. Because I hate that feeling when people say stuff like that. And so I just was really apprehensive. And that day I decided to do it. And it just y'all have been just on 10. Like, showing up and showing out, and I intend to show up and show out for y'all. My baby Scorpio says she here. Here we go. Hear these words which I speak as I call to thee, that which in the dark bring into light of my eyes concerning the finances of Keish the Scorpio. Keish the Scorpio. Felt that. That which is in the dark bring into light of my eyes concerning Keish the Scorpio, concerning her finances. What is it that this Scorpio needs to focus on concerning her finances? All right, here we go for Scorpio. Finances. Ooh, financial reading is coming up. Scorpio, your shadow is talking about eguns, contacting the departed. That means that your finances, giving financial offerings. I don't know if you have any what they call ancestor money, finances, but this right here, she said, ain't that soap on point, baby Scorpio? You use that soap. That's what I bathe with. Some of y'all, I'm gonna send y'all some too. Don't be that, but I wanted her to have some. Contacting the departed soul. This is around your finances. So your eguns, your spirits are concerned about your finances, and they're the ones that are going to be assisting you when it comes to your finances. So you have to give them money to get money. Always remember, energy, energy, and burn money incense to your ancestors. Mix your money incense with your ancestor incense to draw money to them and give them money. It says Chet Bet Va. It said, I invoke the memories of loved ones who have passed on. I see them surrounded with the light of this name. I meditate to elevate. See, elevation is coming with your ancestors with finances. It says, with their souls to a higher levels of spiritual world. I am open to receive their guidance and support. Financially, your eguns are going to guide you when it comes down to your finances, but you also have to give towards them financially. And it says building bridges in your middle card concerning your finances. It said Aleph Va Mem. It said with the power of this name, I extend a hand of friendship to those in whom I am in conflict, even if the conflict is about money. So you also have to watch who you give your money to, and especially talking about lending. I'm a person like this. If you can afford to give it, give it. And you shouldn't be giving your money to people that don't give it to you. But if you go, I don't necessarily like for people to borrow money from me. I'd rather just give it. But if somebody do borrow money from me, I make sure I let them borrow what can't hurt me. I'm never going to let somebody borrow something from me that's going to put me in a pickle. So this is talking about conflict around money because you're asking about your finances. And then it says, I awaken compassion and summon the courage to pick up the phone. Pick up the phone and to call the person right now. And that means right now. It says, and that means right now. Accordingly, the bridge to the upper world will be erect in my behalf. This card right here is talking about nipping things in the bud financially, taking action concerning investment, Keish. But this also, you have to be watchful. I don't want to use the word distrustful when it comes to money, but you just have to be mindful when it comes down to money, because I have to be careful with the Scorpio energy, because we'll take that to a whole nother level. But you have to, especially if you're going to lend out money, you have to be very, very careful, or it's going to end up in conflict. And then Great Escape. It says Lamed Aleph Va. It said this name brings the greatest of all freedoms. We're asking about finances. The escape from the ego-based desire, selfish inclination, and the me first mentality that ultimately causes pain in my life. In their place, I gain life's true and lasting gifts, family, friendship, and fulfillment. So we're asking about finances. On the outcome card, things are going to get extremely good for you, and that's regarding family, friends, and fulfillment. So money is a resource, it's a currency. It's going to be something that is going to be very lucrative for you and put you in a very good state. But this is actually your outcome card, which falls very good for Scorpio. But I'm still going to go back to your middle card. You got to be mindful when it comes down to your finances, especially exchanging money with people that you don't necessarily want to pay you back. All right, where's my Fedifun Oshun? If you Scorpio, if you have Scorpio placement, look in your you have your chart, or you had your chart done, look in those places. That's normally the areas where you're gonna deal with some type of betrayal. My Fedifun Oshun, where's my Oshun? And guys, as you coming in, make sure you hit that like button. The one thing folks gonna do, one thing folks gonna do is not pay back. Oh, they'll pay back. You burn that Bayberry candle. That Bayberry candle ain't nothing but the truth. I'm waiting on Oshun. Okay, there we go. You wanted me to do a reading, a dream reading, or you wanted me to explain a dream? You want me to use the cards concerning your dream, or you want me to interpret a dream? Clarity. Yeah, I seen that, Keish. I got you with the other Bayberry. I'm just telling you, you got to worry about it. You keep that Bayberry going, you're going to keep money coming. Mama Moshun, do you just want me to do a reading on your dreams? Let me just throw the cards. Yeah, if you started working and it's working for you, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Should I sin for nothing? Especially them other money that's supposed to be coming through. You want to keep your money flow. Never give a person opportunity to stop that ache. Oh, shoot. Hear these words which I speak as I call to thee, that which in the dark bring into light of my eyes concerning the dreams of my Fedifun Oshun. Ooh, look at these cards. I'm asking about your dreams and these cards are twisting. Edidiosai. That which is in the dark bring into light of my eyes concerning the dreams of Oshun. Oshun. Edidiosai. I'm going to ask, because there's something that's going on. Because these cards are acting crazy around your dreams. Eba Sande de Diosaya. O Spirit, hear these words which I speak as I call to thee. I'm asking thee to let me know, see that which is in the dark concerning her dreams, concerning the dreams, my faithful Oshun, 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 Oshun. Esa Rabasa. You have my number. You can still send me the dream, text me the dream, but I don't like to interpret your dreams out in the open. I'm asking. Somebody's trying to run interference with this Oshun. Your shadow card comes up. Dream state. Lamed, hey. It said, with this name, I will dream truthfully. So this is talking about your dreams being prophetic. They're giving you insight and counsel to what is going on. It also says, my soul will ascend. So you're doing astral travel. It's this because this is coming up in your shadow, and they want you to focus on your dreams. It says, loving places during the night. I will awaken each morning, recharged, reinvigorated, renewed, and body and spirit wiser. This talks about being informed. So these are your dreams has to do with a lot of messages that are coming to an interpretation of those dreams. Has a lot to do with symbology of what things mean to you. It also saying that even though this is coming up in your shadow, you shouldn't be waking up tired. I don't know if you have done a bath yet or a cleansing yet, but this card right here is talking about focusing on making sure that you are clean before you go to bed. So when your spirit leaves, that when you come back, that you're recharged, reinvigorated, and but look at these. We're asking about dreams. Then water comes up. River. Va mem bet. It said, with this name I purify the waters of the earth and awaken the force of healing and immortality. Definitely Oshun. But this card is also about purity. Purifying water, meaning consecrating water. We call it holy water, blessed water. Doing some form of ceremony to consecrate water and keep that by you. But the water that you deal with has a lot to do with purification and healing. That's the Oshun. We're talking about dreams. Something is being cleansed, something is being removed, and immortality talks about youthfulness. Hey there. And then your outcome card talking about recapturing the sparks. This looks like this card about your dream is about restoration. Something being restored to you, something being given back to you, because this card says Yud Lamed Yud. It says shards of light are drawn out the destructive entity that reside within my being. Their life force is cut off, and I am replenished with divine energy. Light grows brighter each and every day as billions of sacred sparks restore my soul. So this card right here, outcome card, talking about your dream. This is about restoration, about you spiritually being restored, being elevated. Not only you elevated, but being strengthened. Because your shadow card is talking about strength. So whatever this dream was about, it's about dealing with removing negativity, by purification. It's also about restoration. Something that was taken, being restored, and naturally and spiritually. I got you with the Baby Arakesh. Once again, to all of you guys that do not mind supporting at any time that you feel like that God, you want to be a part of what I'm doing to go through Babylon. It is going to help me tremendously a lot with my healing abilities and my mediumship. Tremendously about reposition apostolic. It's efficient. I'm 51 years old, so while my body is yet strong to house that kind of power, I want to get those ceremonies done. A lot of times things may be meant for you, but sometimes if you've weakened your body, then those spirits can't house the body because it'll tear your body down. So my body is still strong enough to carry that amount of power, and so therefore I want to make sure that I'm receiving it while I am yet in position. So I think I got everything done. Much love to each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much for your love, your support, and also for how you continue to support Apostle Ely and to make things happen. Tomorrow is Friday. I will see you guys on tomorrow. Don't forget, before you leave, hit that like button, and also make sure you comment up under these videos as we put those out. But my favorite funeral Shun, even though I gave you that read, if you want to text me that that dream. All right. Love you all. Thank you so much. She said, I need you around a long time. And I'm trying to be here, honey. I really am. But I'm only gonna be here for other people that got it for me. I ain't wasting no more time with people that don't share my love.